Good evening and welcome to News. I'm Salma Taba. Coming up in tonight's edition of News, Office of the President releases new orders on coming to work at 8:30 and the reintroduction of Saturday cleaning. President Julius Maada Bio and the presidential candidates of the APC call for peace. And the Sailing Bar Association assures President Bio of their commitment to work with his administration. All the stories and more, including sports, are lined up tonight. Welcome to News. For our first story tonight, we start with the press release from the Office of the President. The Office of the President wishes to inform the general public that all public sector workers and government ministers are required to be in office at 8:30 until 4:45 p.m. In a release from the Office of the President, it states that the President and the Vice President will conduct routine and unannounced checks at ministries, departments and agencies to ensure implementation. Failure to report to work on time will lead to disciplinary action and potential summary dismissal. A National Cleaning Day, according to the release, is declared on schedule for the first Saturday of each month from 7 to 12 noon. The first National Cleaning Day is scheduled by the Ministry of Health Affairs on Saturday, 5th May 2018. The Office of the President has also reintroduced Sunday trading and commercial activities effective Sunday, 15th April 2018. The public is notified that all businesses, trading and commercial enterprises and activities are now permitted to operate on Sundays only between the period of 12 noon to 5 p.m. All ministries, departments and agencies and other public sector institutions, the release concludes, are now required to host all government-related workshops, seminars and conferences at MDAs or public sector institution premises and not at hotels. The objective the release emphasized is to save costs and prevent wastage of scarce government resources. Residents of Krube community has called on authorities for the construction of bridges in the community before the start of rains. This call is to prevent the destruction of properties during flooding, which has been an occurrence over the years. Mama Suma witnessed Krube community today.
Settlement located at the coastline in the central of Freetown. It had an estimated population of some thousands of people that is prone to flooding during the rainy season. Every year, due to the flooding in the community, hundreds of families lost their properties and some are forced to be relocated. Pa Alimami Kagbo Kabempa is a local head. He accused residents of the central part of the capital, whose activities he said are responsible for the flooding of the Krube community. He noted that the waste in their community is not generated by his people, but that they are largely affected by the waste.
Well, moderator, if I can in terms of that Dutch way mentioned, I go say the blame una, even you where they interview me this morning. I the blame una contribute more for the we they suffer that this Dutch in the Krube community. Because Krube no get Dutch. We they near the sea, what I know they count Dutch up. The Dutch all where they can also, it they come up from up, and now they up seats. When they put the Dutch in the culture, now that Dutch they run down a Krube. We will then a Krube, now we they clean that Dutch day. And when they clean that Dutch day, when we can now, when water go down level, when can now the shame they use we abuse we say Krube Dutch. The Dutch or the Krube, now they send the Dutch to we there.
At the Bobokoma Bridge in the Krube community, Pa Alimami mentioned that the current state of the bridge is a challenge for them in the community. He said the bridge has been constructed for over 20 years by Plan International, together with the Krube Community Primary School. At Coco River Bridge, Pa Alimami also noted that the low height of the bridge is one of the challenges in that community. He asked the government to properly fix the bridge before the rainfall.
This bridge, why make this bridge they keep people in that way? Look at now where it don't lock. Now the bridge don't lock. The Dutch don't block the bridge, the hole. Now one pillar this, two pillar this, three pillar. And this bridge, I don't forget the pillar now. This bridge is not for low. This bridge is for height. If you get height like what you have, so they for check like me next moment, they pass on the bridge. But they can't go the bridge. When this property, they can, when they see they can't this one. Can you imagine? So you come and send moderator. No, if the rain come, we shall expect that water they pass. Not by the OCM.
Some of the residents in the Kube community explain more on their challenges during the rains.
If you can say the drainage demand in this community, no matter all the dots they come up from up, the canyon like the block, and the bridge, they don't know. The field from the effect from that bridge, made effect from the car from them. I could get the other bridge like the field, go back, the Magnon Cambo. And the king meeting and the every drainage they clean the gutter from the effect from make it deep. I believe for see it will solve problem. Problem majority people in the community where they pick it and small. Any day all they can say is in any year. Yes, one day you know one day die in a beer. All the labor will get at the community now from up and the common they can't do.
I mean now the problem more we get the gutter they do. When the gutter they keep full up, when the water they can rain. As first rain the cancel, I say we stay. But the gutter they high, they make up for it look better. And the water will come out, the water will not go outside the water. Sometimes they expect us, sometimes they don't, so they expect us by the gutter. But I think more make we get water than service.
One organization that has been providing services for the Kube is the Young Men Christian Association, YMCA. Disaster Risk Reduction Coordinator Slum Department from the Young Men Christian Association, Abdul Kamara, explains more on some of their interventions in the Kube community.
At present, YMCA is implementing a 5-year project starting 2013 to 2018 May. Hopefully, the project will end May. It's a youth livelihood slum upgrading project, mainly to see how best we can improve livelihood in slum community. YMCA, as you rightly mentioned, Kube happens to be one of our target communities. Kube already benefited from the pilot project. That's the disaster risk reduction project. We had a pilot project for some months, about 6 months, wherein Kube benefited a lot in terms of disaster risk reduction and tech voc. And fortunately again for Kube also benefited in terms of construction. We constructed the community center with are benefiting now. So coming to this new project, the 5 years project, they also benefited in terms of disaster risk reduction. This time around, not in terms of tech voc, not in terms of advocacy, not in terms of entrepreneurship, because these are the different components in the new project. So coming to your question in terms of giving all the different projects or activities we've been doing, they are only benefit at present in terms of disaster risk reduction.
It is expected that the concerns by these residents will be addressed by relevant authorities. SLBC Newser, Mariam Asuma reporting.
Residents of Mogoviwa village in the Moyamba district have commended the people of Sierra Leone for voting President Bio. Mogoviwa village in the Moyamba district is the land of President Bio's mother. Francis Danima reports.
People of Mogoviwo village in Moyamba district, the land of the mother of President Bio, were in jubilant mood, holding palm leaves and singing traditional songs of praises to God for the election of their son. One of the elders of Mogoviwo village, Henry Thomas, said President Bio used to go to Mogoviwo for holidays. He described him as a quiet person. Mr. Thomas told SLBC that people came from other surrounding villages to celebrate with them for their victory. In Bonjema village, 3 miles from the land of President Bio's mother, an old man, Pa Henry Francis Danema, said President Bio supported the construction of a clinic in his village years back and that he had always prayed for him to ascend to such a position in the country. Padanema said he educated young men of his village about the contribution of President Bio to the peace and democratic process of Sierra Leone. His sensitization, according to him, changed the mind of many people in his village who voted for President Bio. Moyamba District Public Relations Officer, APC Usman Brahima Kagbo Jr., and the district's Young Generation Secretary General, Henry Adrian Ndanema, said they considered defeat when the Kailon result was certified by
After a month of political tension, the dust has begun to settle. There has been high expectation among Sierra Leoneans who are calling on President Bill to deliver on his promises. George Lewis went to the street to find out more and compile this report, run in the studios by Anne-Marie Jallo.
Health centers, because when you go to a hospital now, you have nothing like that. There's any facilities in the hospital now. Number two, to look at them, that those people, these corruption people, this election left us with a polarized society, meaning we're divided along political line. I wouldn't say ethnic line, but regionally correct. So we need to have a president who can unite us. We need a uniting force.
The solution is now rests on the new president to unite the country. President Nkrumah will be remembered for maintaining peace after the civil war, just as his predecessor, late President Tijan Kaba, did. Despite the beautiful landscape of the country and her touristic attraction, Sierra Leone is faced with issues of poverty, the economy, education, agriculture, and human resource capacity building. Fighting corruption and the rule of law were among the biggest challenges for previous governments. Andrew Lavalley is the Executive Director, Institute of Governance Reform.
Issues around national inclusion, issues around ensuring that everyone becomes part of government, not a southeastern government, a northern government, or a western government. The most important area of work that is needed by the current administration is the fight against corruption. There were big scandals on Ebola, the mudslide funds that people felt were chopped. And because of that, we saw about 20% of votes in the western area that was lost by the ruling party.
During the electioneering process, the youths played a significant role. The need for job creation and the provision of soft loans for the overwhelming young people. The expectation of many Sierra Leoneans is that the current president will turn the country around within the first 90 days. As the president puts his cabinet in place, many Sierra Leoneans are anxious. Many people say they want a government of national inclusion, one that is devoid of political affiliation in order to restore national unity.
United Bank for Africa has launched a mobile banking app for a better financial inclusion to allow customers access the bank's services. The UBA mobile banking app will help customers to have easy access to check their account and make transactions without any delay. Doreen Barry reports.
Africa has launched a mobile banking app for a better financial inclusion to team customers across the country. The UBA mobile banking app will help customers to have easy access to check their accounts and make transactions without any delay. The introduction of the mobile banking apps by the United Bank for Africa is designed to help customers have easy access to do their transactions within and outside the country. The new mobile app has special features, for instance, self-regulations, biometric facilities, download, share receipts, and accessing banking services. The managing director of the United Bank for Africa, Chinedu Obata, said the introduction of mobile banking apps is in line with their vision to promote financial services in Africa. He said the app aims at strengthening technology and service-driven commercial banking system for customer satisfaction and accessibility. Mr. Obata told The Guardian that the mobile banking app will demonstrate culture of existence for customer services by strengthening emotional bond and effective financial transactions with customers.
Being a Pan-African bank, the bank is focused on leveraging transactions across the globe, especially in Africa. So in Sierra Leone, we've been here since 2008, and since then, UBA has been among the banks that is partnering digital banking. Prior to what we intend to launch today, UBA has launched, because we are among the bank that launched an automated teller machine, ATM, in the country, and point of sale terminals, POS, and of course we have our debit cards, both Visa card and MasterCard. We equally have launched our internet banking platform, and even what we're going to launch today is a version of internet banking platform which are going to explain that you're going to be using it via your mobile device, that is your phones. Here in Sierra Leone, currently we have about 53,000 customers, and we've sold over 23,000 cards. So we are the forefront of digital banking in this industry. The vision of the bank is to be the undisputed leading and dominant financial services institution in Africa.
Mr. Obata said they will continue to remain a pan-African financial service institution that provides financial services solutions. The head of digital banking United Bank for Africa, David Thomas, said that the mobile banking app is designed to meet the innovation of digital installation within the entire continent. He said customers will access mobile banking apps from Google and Apple Play stores, which will be faster, reliable, and accessible for customers to do their transactions at any given time.
The Sierra Bar Association has congratulated the retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio on his election as president of Sierra Leone. The association in a release assured the president that of their continued commitment to work with his government in promoting the rule of law, justice, good governance, and democracy. The organization commends all political parties and Sierra Leoneans on the successful participation in the electoral and democratic process. The association calls on leaders from the duly elected party and all opposition parties to preach unity and national cohesion, and to admonish their supporters not to resort to any form of violence and reprisal attacks, either during celebrations or as a form of protest. They further urged Sierra Leoneans to respect the outcome of the elections as was declared by the National Electoral Commission, and aggrieved parties to use the appropriate legal means and follow due process in seeking redress. The Freetown City Council has continued its cleaning exercise in some parts of the country, especially the central and far west of Freetown. The cleaning exercise is coming at a time when the City Council has been bashed for failing to perform its duties. Alfian Philly reports.
The cleaning exercise is coming after concerns have been raised as to the poor coordination on management of garbage in the city. It is against this backdrop that the Freetown City Council is continuing with its cleaning series to sanitize the capital. Some citizens in the municipality of Freetown have raised concern over the dirt in the streets of Freetown. The concerns by the citizens have prompted the Freetown City Council to embark on cleaning exercise. Ibrahim Budnu is an environmental officer of the Freetown City Council. He said as a council, one of their main priorities is to ensure a clean and beautiful municipality, adding that as civil servants, it is their responsibility to work with any government. He therefore called on Sierra Leoneans to refrain from littering garbage on the streets, but rather dispose on strategic areas where they will be collected.
We try for plea to the public, let us stop these habits, because na bad habits. Because every day when they put up now, if we not come to can clean, they can always say City Council need clean, City Council need do well. Then which of course we clean every day we clean. And me and the officer where they in charge for cleaning the entire city. And then the other don't go this morning far east
they go as far as Texas New. The other one then in Central. But this truck now, as the public is here, we did today, Mr. J with them today, as far as Lomnu. Now they put a head for go clean today.
The team is cleaning along Sykes Street area and is expected to go other areas.
Government has reintroduced a Sunday trading as a way to boost the country's economy. According to release from the Office of the President, trading will commence on the 15th of April between 12 midday to 5 p.m. every Sunday. The Sunday trading was abolished during the Ebola outbreak. Daphne Kema Macaulay reports on the announcement.
One of the reasons many people say hindered the economy of Sierra Leone during and after the Ebola period was the decision by the then government to abolish Sunday trading. Traders then found it difficult to obey the decision, but persistent monitoring by authorities finally saw it being accepted as a norm that there should be no trading on Sundays. However, the new administration of President Bio has said that the Sunday trading should be resuscitated, but this time within the hours of 12 noon and 5 p.m., effective Sunday 15th April. According to a member of the Office of the President, Abubakar Josise, the Sunday trading is a way to boost the country's economy.
These traders, they pay dues to the Freetown City Council, which the council in turn uses to undertake some development within the capital city. But more especially, the president deems it fit to allow people to engage in economic activities at least for 5 or 6 hours on Sunday, so that will help them to take care of their homes, because he's very much aware of the fact that times are difficult and most families are struggling to take care of their children. And let us not forget also the fact that in this country, because of limited job opportunities and other things, I mean, most people, they just survive on what they earn, you understand, on a particular day. So if the whole day somebody does not go out to earn a living, there are some homes that affects.
But what do traders think of going back to their shops and different trading posts on Sundays?
Right, if the government say they do anything, we say we support what the government want to do. You see, right, I hope say the people council, hence people they can peacefully sell that and will find for me. You see, support. Hence government what the government say.
Well, the Sunday selling fine. Some man and government worker enable buy during the day. Na Sunday, na go able buy. Sunday night we will buy. At least they will say we the trader there. We not get home. The winner day to the labor, now they will survive no more.
Many Sierra Leoneans believe monitoring is a major problem with government-implemented projects. How does the new administration hope to monitor that traders do not sell before and after the stipulated time?
Arguments are going to be put in place in that direction.
However, many are of the opinion that the Sunday trading should not have been reintroduced because it's a day that should be a family day devoid of too many activities in the city.
Sell because we government don't say me on sell Sunday. All man glad some man we like we so the sell Sunday. We go Saturday. But Sunday now we get to clean the house. We see what to pick in there. We all that also to family. We glad the family this way. Even the area itself, they make me sabi you from Gandhi. But if they can't put back Sundays, I mean, if not for me, and also for other person, for me, Sunday sell, better not put up.
For SLBC News, Daphne Kema Macaulay reporting.
President Julius Maada Bio, has the presidential candidate of the All People's Congress, Dr. Samora Kamara, have vowed to continue to maintain peace after the elections. The vow was made at the service at the St. Luke's Catholic Church at Wilberforce on Sunday. How Musiri reports.
Joining worshippers at the St. Luke's Catholic Church Wilberforce in Freetown Worshippers praised the Lord for President Bio and the presidential candidates of the All People's Congress Party to worship together. Reverend Father Vincent Davis described President Bio and Dr. Samura Kamara as brothers who have been worshipping at the same church, and that should not end because of politics, adding that in any race there must be a winner. Father Davis informed other worshippers that he was pleased with President Bio's message at the SAPP Victory Festival at the National Stadium, saying that he is the president for all Sierra Leoneans, but not only supporters of the Sierra Leone People's Party. He prayed for the two brothers so that the Almighty God to continue to unite them.
God has been so good to sacred humanity that he has never relented to do his duty as God Almighty. When we look at the Old Testament, we see how God our Father, how the people of Israel, on many occasions turned away from the path that God had outlined for them. But for each time they came to their senses and they asked for forgiveness, God was always merciful. I think this is what God has done for us as a nation. Because each of us will agree that a few weeks ago, Salon Manden, Salon people, they asked the Medina the truth. We were afraid for many reasons. True or false? True. Yes, many of us were afraid. Why? We were afraid because we thought violence will break out that will consume us like Ebola did, that will consume us as a rebel war did. But thanks to this God of divine mercy, who so quickly turned things around, and we should continue, each of us, being a Muslim, being a Catholic, to always turn to this God and acknowledge his greatness in our lives.
President Bio thanked the Almighty God for guiding him thus far and commended the church for organizing such a peaceful service, adding that he is proud of the Catholic Church and he will not deceive them. He will continue his normal service at St. Luke's Church, appealing to the church to organize a Thanksgiving service for him as well.
I'm humbled by your presence today, and I know you have been praying fervently for us. But I ask you to continue to pray for us and this nation. This is a humongous task. I can't do it without the rest of the nation, and of course I can't do it without divine wisdom, strength, and health. And therefore I ask you to continue to pray for me and my brother and for this nation. Amen. Thank you. I'm very grateful.
Dr. Samura Kamara also commended the church for organizing such a wonderful service for them and continuation of mediating peace for them, but as Catholic brothers, they will make sure that peace reigns.
This has been the contest among worshippers of the same parish, and St. Luke's parish in particular is victorious. Throughout this period, before, during, and even after, you've heard us in your prayers, in the silent talks. We receive your goodwill messages, and we cherish all of this because it is these prayers, messages of goodwill that have strengthened our resolve. And we look forward to the high spirits which all of you have demonstrated today, and which I believe will continue to demonstrate, to pray for our brother and his administration that they will rule us aright.
After the service at the St. Luke's Church, President Bio also joined supporters of the Sierra Leone People's Party to pay their last respects to one of the Julius Maada Bio campaign team secretary and also the secretary of West District, of the Sierra Leone People's Party, Tijani Mansari, who was laid to rest at the Kintom Cemetery in Freetown.
Difficult moment for all. So the first thing we are ask now for me, God grant a merciful judgment. We say,
Amen. Amen.
If you've been there alive today, now such a small man, we not go even see him Pandekan crowd. But he been big at heart, and although I be small man, what he be do for me and this party, I been big thing.
No.
God, the we say, na in get the greatest power. Today, I did before now as the president. If I been get way for make medicine man not go down, today, if not 1 week safe, if I don't be God, for make it alive, for make it see the benefit of what he suffer for, up to the day where he die. But me myself, when I don't give this big power, I not get that power there. I not even get power for question them. So the best thing I can do, I for say, Papa God, sorry for this soul. He worked hard, slavishly, for make Usai Atimap today, make a rich day. You know, then for reap the benefit, or for even enjoy. For Papa God, now you get the reason, and you know they ever go wrong. But as the master will be the work for till he died, for the past 10 years, I beg you for make you sorry for his soul and grant a merciful judgment. Inshallah.
SABC TV News Eye in Freetown, Hawa Mosuri reporting.
Following his election victory, President Bio has thanked Sierra Leoneans for their support in ensuring that he is now the president of the republic. At the National Stadium, thousands of citizens celebrated the victory of President Bio and hope that every Sierra Leonean, regardless of political affiliation, will support the country to succeed. On the other hand, he thanks Sierra Leoneans for the support and asked for their continued support for the progress of the country. He said he's the president for the entire country and that he will pursue national cohesion. The president also met with a cross-section of the APC executive led by Dr. Samora Kumar to discuss inter-party peace. How Mosuri reports.
The President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, has commended the people of Sierra Leone for electing him the president of the country. He told the gathering that it has been a difficult journey since 2012, but they arrived safely with the support of citizens who wanted change. President Bio noted that he will work hard for that change to be reflected in the lives of the people of Sierra Leone, calling on them to be law-abiding and deviate from violence. The president thanked the outgoing president, Ernest Bai Koroma, the Sierra Leone People's Party executive, the campaign team headed by Dr. Ali Kaba, and supporters from different political parties that voted him.
I don't say thank you to God. Now, I want to say thank you to the people of Sierra Leone. For now all, the one that will vote for me, and even the one that will not vote for me. For the one that will vote for me, thank you. For the one that will not vote for me, I say thank you to you. Because of you, I know I have to work harder. And I am going to work even harder. I know by the end of the first term, the one that will not vote for me, I will not convince them enough to make them vote for me and add to the number.
Vice President Dr. Mohamed Julde Jallo also commended the electorate who decided through the ballot box, adding that before the campaign, the president made key promises and the need to deliver, especially in the area of education, which targeted primary schools, JSS, and senior secondary school, which is free. The First Lady Fatima Bio thanked the people of Sierra Leone for electing her husband as the president of Sierra Leone and called on them to continue supporting him to work for the country. Before the Victory Festival at the National Stadium in Freetown, the All People's Congress Party executive, headed by the contender Dr. Samura Kamara, paid a courtesy call on President Bio at his Juba Hills residence to congratulate him and also raise concerns about the recent spate of violence in communities after election. Dr. Samura Kamara appealed to the president to make sure that there is peaceful coexistence among the supporters of the two political parties.
Normally, I appreciate that events like this do happen as a result of excesses. So we believe that together, our utterances, pronouncements, and actions will go a long way in trying to stop, to minimize, and totally wipe out these unfortunate occurrences. This will be just the beginning of this interparty interaction. Whenever there is an issue like this, we look forward to this type of interaction where we might critically, responsibly find solutions. It's not only to complain, but also to find solutions together, take actions together.
President Bio thanked them for the visit and assured them of looking into their concerns raised so far.
Let me state this categorically, that no Sierra Leonean should suffer because he or she belongs to any party. It is our rights to belong to the parties that we choose, and no one, absolutely no one, should shed blood for politics. Violence should not be part of our politics, and I condemn it entirely. Anyone who is engaged in violence against any other citizen of this country should face the law squarely, should be held responsible and punished. Coming back to the infrastructure, I have hardly been out of my house since taking the reins of power. I've had complaints, I've heard about the incidents you're talking about, and I've called the infrastructure that the security infrastructure that we just inherited from you. Their work should be continuous.
SABC TV News are in Freetown. Hawa Mosiwe reporting.
The struggle for quality education has been the dream of people worldwide, speaking especially out for girls' child education and the empowerment of women. This is one of the major challenging factors in Sierra Leone. As a result of this, Project Dream has extended support to culture education in the Ribi Chiefdom and Makini. William Knuckles sent us his report.
Lots of children are facing challenges with school fees, learning materials and other necessities to enhance their education and well-being, and because of the increasing number of girls and their critical situation, it attracted the attention of Project Dream to design a reliable short and long-term support program for these vulnerable children, of which most of them are girls. Project Dream was founded on the grounds for helping the dreams of young people to be fulfilled so that they in turn will benefit society. Sidiki and Andra happens to be the founders of this patriot movement for helping the susceptible. The people of Ribi were grateful over their visits as part of their fact-finding and support towards vulnerable children, especially the girls. Project Dream has been supporting vulnerable children in different parts of Sierra Leone, especially in places like Bradford, Mofulumu, and Makeni City. Sidiki Kagbo said in a statement that as this great venture had started, they are going to effectively extend their support to many other places, as lots of school-going children are desperately in need of support for quality education.
I'm at home. But it gave me a goosebumps this morning while walking around I see this place. Project give now I use my own story for do a little bit for enhance our education at this community. So far so good. We don't actually ready for do as much as we possible can do for help now. We want to take it off as a responsibility. For me, this is not a charity. This is a responsibility. We take it as a responsibility for maybe for the provide exercise books, pens, pencils, because I know the difficulty only mama and the papa they face. Why are they get pen for kind of school?
Learning materials were donated to children of the UMC school in Bradford, Ribi village in the Moyamba district, alongside few medical materials which were donated to the community health center, which happens to be the only health center in that part of the country.
So on behalf of the CHO, then the midwife, and on behalf of the community stakeholders, we tell you plenty thank you. We appreciate you and whoever you mean for member what you do so. And I remember the community, so you come out, you know, so now you come out, remember you people, let God help you. They pray that God will give other people them the heart, because some man get but not get the heart of giving. So they pray that God will give them the heart of giving for me them continue for they can't do for them people there. So you really tell we appreciate your efforts, we appreciate them. Yeah, your family will appreciate you now. So I tell you plenty thank you, and let God continue for guiding our son and let God provide for us and continue for member of our family that I remember this. Yeah. So I tell you thank you very much.
Project Dream was able to sponsor the erection of a school building in Mofulumu, which is a better replacement of the former school structure that has been there for decades, with only one teacher to teach from class 1 to class 6 every day. Even pupils of the UMC and St. Joseph's Convent in Makeni were opportune to receive educational grants, as most of these children happen to be orphans who were carefully picked out by a former teacher of the school.
They don't get the passion for land, but like, you know, the parents are not able to afford, you know, even some if you basic things like books, you know, if the school asks you to fork out books them for exam, you guys on the way not able, even for by that single book, them parents not able to afford, and not to talk about school fees. Some them pass them drive them. They even get some of them actually where then they even pounce on me like as a teacher for help them for lunch. Like normal like in the staff room, they see some say 1 or 2 kids come, Mr. Kagbawa, you go meet her, what happen? Yes, I know you help me for lunch, but like with the coming of this project, I can tell you, my brother, most of the kids them they don't revive them, hopes them back. Say they get a future, a brighter future. We just hope say the project will continue for every picking them, and I really get the conviction say them picking that we don't select. So if they're not fail, we get the conviction say 90% of them will able to make them through university and be proud of the project, and the project say go happy for them good work they don't do.
Members of these communities gracefully appreciated the good gesture of Project Dream, home and abroad, and continue to plead for commitment of the beneficiaries to maintain and rightfully make use of the opportunities handed to them. The people also continue to call for serious attention as they are urgently in need of safe drinking water, medical centers, good road network and police posts.
We pray that we go unite, we say what they come up, we say go do what instead they do so. We say go tire, we say we can put hand there with the bag. We tell thank you. We need good hospital, we need good police post, because when something is happening here, pass you left here, you go Moyamba. We need boku tea, we need water, we need light, we need another one day when they out, Papa government and boku people and they will we need for me and help for me we go before.
Not for politics, not for nothing, but being that I alma mater and in the school, I make when they in London, they think about that or see that you do them to them. Then the parents, they when they receive the item, they are made to take good care of them so that they will able to help the picking them, so that we self will put on so that better learning and the picking them will be better people than tomorrow.
We not get water system, the road system,
and health system. But with the project dream where they don't come through, so I'm happy today because then they encourage Baku Pikine for make them go to school, both the boys and the girls. We they thank the donors of Project Dream, and we pray that the government not go forget we. Anybody who see this clip, then go glad if I can help win at this we chiefdom.
Hey, Salon, why make we suffer? Because we don't let you say black man. Suffer, black man, suffer. Black man, suffer. Black man, we dey suffer any day, we dey suffer. Me sister, me brother, any day we dey suffer. I want go Kenema, I want go Makeni, I want go Mayamba, I want go Freetown. Money no dey, any day we dey suffer. Black man, we na Osula, Sireno.
Now for some entertainment news. A punk Sierra Leonean script writer based in United States, Ishmael Kano, is in the country to help build up the movie industry by organizing a 3-day script writing seminar at Robert State Community Center at the ARC Center. We'll now join Mohammed Kimil and Bambura.
Because really, I know that if I let you down.
Ishmael Kano is a Sierra Leonean filmmaker, director, and screenwriter who is based in the United States of America. Ishmael was born in Freetown at the magazine called Kisi, attended the Wesleyan and Ahmadiyya Muslim School before proceeding to Guinea-Conakry. In 1997 and in 1999, he left for America. Ishmael studied business management, accounting, and screenwriting.
Ishmael Kano is Sierra Leonean by birth and by life. Basically, I'm a writer and a director. I'm also a songwriter as well, and scriptwriter. And I'm an explorer about life and people, and I love knowing people, meeting people.
Ishmael has written different movies for both Sierra Leone and Nigeria producers. He wrote Fatima Scarlett, Sudden Change of Heart, and Nurses from Hell.
Sometimes you just gotta blow things out of.
Ishmael Kano decided to come back to Sierra Leone with the idea in organizing a script writing seminar at the Robert Street Community Center, popularly known as the ARC. It's a 3-day seminar that will start on the 13th, 14th, and 15th of April. But why this seminar?
I decided to use the seminar in order to also enhance other people's skills about writing. Because I'll tell you a story. A few years back, I came to Sierra Leone to visit, and a couple of filmmakers came to the house, and they came to see my dad, not even me. And my dad introduced me to them, and they showed me a script that they're working on. And I saw the format of the script, the language of the script, and I read a little bit in place. I looked for some stuff that were missing, you know, and I understand the idea behind what they're trying to do. But then I said, oh, how can I help these people? That's when I decided to come to the seminar, because I've read a lot of Sierra Leone script, and I watch a lot of Sierra Leone movie, and I see things that are missing, that I know that I'm missing, and I said I want to give myself an help.
Ishmael said participants will have the privilege to write their own story in groups, and the best story will be produced as a feature film. But what stage will the format go through?
So I think we're going to do the beginning of a script writing. I introduce myself, bring some people to introduce themselves to create some kind of comfortable environment. Then I'm also going to teach that first day. We're going to do about Act 1 on the script. Every story I have 3 acts. Okay. Act 1 on that first day, how to structure a script, how to format the script, the language of script writing. To the second day, the second day we'll move forward, how to capture the Act 2, which way you have the midpoint. You have the necessary things about the character growth, the character changes, the B story, and the good guy.
Let's now join Esther Mary Samura for sport updates.
Good evening, it's Sports Update on News Hour. I am Esther Mai Samuel. In this edition, the Sierra Leone National Beach Volleyball team has progressed to the quarter-final stage of the ongoing Commonwealth Games in Australia. This came following an impressive performance from Abubakar Kamara and Patrick Lombi, who defeated Sri Lanka by 2 sets straight in their final group match. SNBC Sport Desk compiled reports from ARC Sports reporter Faji Barry, and here is the report. Sierra Leone have qualified to the quarter-final as one of the best 2 losers after 1 win and 2 defeats to Canada and Scotland respectively in the Beach Volleyball Commonwealth Games. In their first training on arrivals, the players were optimistic of a better representation in Australia. According to them, they are ready to put Africa on the map.
I just want to tell Fambul out there, we 100% prepared. We're ready for the first match. We'll get the 6 against the Canadian team, and I believe, by the grace of Allah, which we don't train from Uba Ayanda in a salon, and to here again, I believe, we will match fit the Canadian and we will take them. We want to surprise the world, not only Africa or Sierra Leone. We will surprise the world, and I assure you, come the 6th in Australia, in a Sierra Leonean, come and cheer we up, me and my partner. I believe, we go for surprise the world.
Sierra Leone, everybody knows what we're capable of doing. I mean, this time around, we know the relent because every day sport the goal. And one thing I mean for tell everybody is good atmosphere, good environment, no weather condition will disturb we to now. We adapt to the system and we hope and pray play for a match and it's our game, play the weather still play focus like this, and we hope so we'll do best and put Sierra Leone in Africa. I sure these people that say we must give them medal by the grace of Allah.
Sohi Kamara, head of the national beach volleyball team, expressed appreciation over his team's performance and gave a detailed rundown on their matches played.
Sierra Leone team in Australia, we can represent Africa at this competition. I think the boys did not do well. We played the first match against Canada, we lost to Canada 2-0. The first set have been 20-22. The second one 21-14. And the next day we play Scotland. We first win against Scotland 21-19, and then back and then between 21-18. We played the last set with a little 15-12. But all the 2 matches and a match then we have been winning. But everything with the kind atmosphere, the environment, 1-2 technical team, and make we win that match. But today we're fortunate for beat Sri Lanka. We make will be one of the best losers to go to the semi-finals, and now we're in the quarter-final. Sorry. We play the host on Australia. I'm probably not afraid because now the host. It's not the first time we don't play them. We don't play them now. Vienna, we lost to them 21. Lost to them 21, 12, 25, 11. But that 10 day, the time we reach is that nobody will organize themselves. The day we will never play. But this one now we prepare. I can tell the one country that we prepare for this competition.
The team has been set with the host Australia in the quarterfinals as they are representing Africa in the Commonwealth Games. Sierra Leone was in Pool B alongside Canada, Scotland and Sri Lanka. Esther Mai Samoa, SLBC TV. Wishing our national beach volleyball team all the best in Australia, as they are not there only to represent Sierra Leone but the whole of Africa. That's the latest update in sports. I am Esther Mai Samoa. Thanks for watching.